Hi people, thank you very much for joining me. I'm Dean the Vaping Biker, and tonight I'm going to try and do a quick blog, and I am going to try and keep it quick tonight, just for a change. Basically, since my last vlog, I've managed to do a couple of, I've done a few videos on bits and bobs, but not necessarily everything that I wanted to by now. So just to give you an update on where that's going, and also to let you know on a couple of other bits and bobs that I've got floating around that's now joined the queue, which I'm quite excited about. So first off, big apologies to James at Bay City Vapors. I've got the range of mechanical mods which I need to get together and get testing. The reason I haven't done so far is because for you guys, what I wanted to do is have a strong solid kind of measurement, if you like, when it comes to which mods are working the best, in as much as which ones are hitting harder, if that's your kind of thing. So in order to do that, in order to be able to get a battery sag plus voltage drop kind of number, I'm getting a box made specifically for the job. Now the fab bloke that's doing it, Paul Taylor, who's made a couple of mods for me now, and has fantastic mods, has had hell and all trouble with resistors and all this sort of stuff. So now he's got all the bits and bobs. That will all be going into a box, and I should have something for you pretty soon. So what we're hoping for is this weekend. I know I said that before, but we really are hoping for it for this weekend. So I'm really looking forward to showing you how strong these mods are. So they are definitely worth seeing. As after those mechanical mods are done, I'll also do the same with the Limitless, so you know what's going on there. On top of that, I have been road testing the crap out of a bunch of the Mako RDAs that came from Tan at Vapor Z, which will be coming up and having a full review. I've really kind of, because they're not super new out as well, I've kind of wanted to really road test them, really kind of get to grips with them and understand them the best I can for you guys. Now, I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to do the regular, the War and the Shorty in the same review, or if I'm going to be splitting them up. I may be splitting them up and having slightly shorter reviews for them. But so far good things. Mako Shorty has been splendid. The Mako War is angry. The regular Mako RDA, I have got a spinning center post on, so that is something that I've just got to look at in more detail to see if I can figure that one out as to why that's suddenly started happening. But on top of that, we also have the Orion built Orion RDA, which is pretty sweet. Doesn't it look good on there? It's an interesting one, that one. So that'll be coming up. They will be getting reviewed. I'm really going to be having a push. I've had a few kind of personal things that have been going on, which have meant that I haven't really been able to push out as many videos as I'd like, but I am working on it, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, so very sorry to James at Bay City Vapors. They are coming shortly, and Tan, they're coming very soon, I do promise you. And thank you guys for your patience, but I'm looking forward to letting you know what they're all about. So that's that stuff. That's the stuff that I've previously mentioned. Now, what else have we got going? I've got a bunch of stuff. I have got today arrived the Wotofo Freak Show Tiny mod, which it is pretty damn small. It does kind of, you know, that's gone. It's an interesting little mod. This turned up today, like I said, and I've been rocking it in temperature mode. And I've got a single coil in the mini Freak Show. Seeing as it's, for some reason, they've called it a Freak Show Tiny for a mod, and they have a support which is color coded for it. But as it was called the Freak Show Tiny, I thought I'd put the Freak Show Mini on it, because why the fuck not? Single coil in there, and it's not been performing too badly. Like I say, I've only been going at it for today. So it will be getting a full mashings review once I've really kind of got to grips with it. There are a couple of challenges with it so far. One being that the adjustable 510 is pretty long. So it does mean that it's quite difficult to get some atomizers to sit flush, which I've got the issue with this particular one here, which you can kind of see. yeah, so it doesn't sit flush. The button's an interesting button. I don't know how I feel about the button. I really don't know how I feel about the button. I know that some of them have been rattly. This one has not. It's a plunger button rather than a clicky button. I would prefer to see a clicky on there, but otherwise it seems to be doing a decent little job. Some good weight to it as well. Beard hair, tash hair. Oh, that was still attached. Oh, you monkey. But the temp control does seem to be working, or temp limiting does seem to be working. Allegedly, it works differently to a lot of other chips or boards that are out there at the moment with regards to kind of, rather than doing a pulse width sort of affair, so it keeps kind of topping out at the temperature that you set it. Allegedly, it gets there and then it stays there until it goes dry, and then it bottoms out. The lowest coil build is a 0.1. Which is a little bit frustrating because I didn't really pay attention to that, and I put what I thought were charming dual coil, like 13 wraps. Look at these, look, and I've burnt them already. Look at these. I was so proud of myself. They were nicely spaced, looking lovely. 26 gauge, and it came in at 0.6, and I thought, well, that'll be all right. No, that wasn't all right. That wasn't all right at all. So yeah, so I've got a single coil going on in here at the moment, and it's not a bad little vape. Tend to get a little bit of singeing, but not enough to taste. Only when you look at the cotton, and that does happen with a lot of the temp limiting devices. Anyway, I've actually got this set at 550, and as we know that cotton does burn at 420. I am using cotton bacon in there as well. I don't know if that makes a huge amount of difference because that's another review I'm yet to do. So it seems to be working out well. It does like batteries. It will go through them fairly sharpish if you're giving it some full mashings on the temperature, but that's what we expect. We know that by now. If you're going to be putting high wattage through something and you're using single battery, then it's going to be pushing it. Of course, it's logical. And until people come out with awfully clever batteries, then we're kind of stuck with that for the time being. So it's not the end of the world to carry another battery around with you, but yeah, but all in all, I mean, I know I've mentioned a few issues with that there. I kind of like it. It feels nice. I thought it was going to be bigger. I thought it was going to feel more awkward because of the sort of the harsh corners on it, but it doesn't. And it's pretty nice. So, and it's dinky. It's the right size. So yeah, so that's going to be coming up, and that should be a nice little review. I'm looking forward to really road testing this though, because I want to really give you the full details on it. But we'll come to that later on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the RDA off that, so I can let it cool down to show you something else in a minute. Now, quick drink. What else has been exciting me? Well, if you follow my Instagram or my Facebook at all, then you will have seen this little puppy. Now, it's a fair old size, but this is the tits. This has made me so happy in life. It's ridiculous. What we've got here is a dual 18650 mechanical squonker, and this will get its own review as well. But fully mechanical, no wire, nothing like that going on, and putting that in thingy. So fully mechanical means that you can have a nice slow build. It's got a nice little 10ml squonker bottle in there, so you can carry a reasonable amount of juice with you until you go, oh, I know, I'm going to put a 0.2 something coil in there, which I've put on this troll. Now the troll is an RDA that I really liked. Kind of when I first started having a go at reviews, I did a go with a troll, and I really liked it then, and I really like it now. Even with a lot of the modern RDAs that are out there, the troll still really fucking works well for me. It's got the right airflow, it's got the right build deck. It's all gravy. Anyway, The box that comes from M-Vapes, that's M for mother, or M for Matt, because the chap that owns it is Matt. M-Vapes do make the boxes. He makes them dual 18650, single 18650, or single 26650 with, get this, a 30ml bottle. A 30ml bottle. That's immense. That's awesome. But that's also a fair sized box, as you can imagine. But this is big. It's not a small box by any stretch, but I have been loving it. It's been super. Like I say, having a squonker, I've always wanted to be able to squonk with low builds in it. Why do people not cloud when they're squonking? I never really kind of understood that. It's always been kind of reserved to if you're regulated, like the DNA 40s, 30s, 25s, whatever. And or if they're mechanical, then they're always single battery, or they tend to be. And they're also jolly expensive. Whereas with this, it's got that dual 18650 oomph to it when it comes to your what you can build on it. For the battery life is great as well, and I love it. I love it. Still got a squeaky chair. But it clouds like a beast, and it just makes me happy. Squonking, and now it's all vaping in here. But yeah, so that will get a full review where I'll do a breakdown and everything on there as well to show you what's inside it. But now I know Matt is also working on a couple of other bits and bobs as well. But he converted, I started saying this earlier on, didn't I? He converts the trolls and freak shows to bottom feeders as well. So he can put the bottom feeder pin in. That does convert it from essentially a 4-hole, 4-post looking deck to a 3, but that's no biggie in the grand scheme of things. And it's just, I fucking love it. Clouds for days. So yeah, all the fun of carrying an RDA, but without having to carry an extra bowl. But it is a bigger box. I don't care. It's awesome. So yeah, so that's making my life so happy at the minute. It's really, really vapey in here, isn't it? Is that going to help? Is that going to help? No, I don't think it is. But, excuse me, it's a vaping video after all. So what else have we got? Well, something else a little bit interesting turned up. Some TVCT tanks from OBS technology. Now these are kind of interesting little tanks. These actually hold a fairly large 6ml of juice in it. Now what I've got is I've got the stainless one out here to show you what it looks like. It's a Chinese company, OBS Technologies. I'll put the link underneath this video. But it's another sub-ohm tank. But what do I like about this? This has been out a few months, but they have now got temperature coils in, which is what I've got in here. But what you have got as well is you've got a top fill with a very easy kind of unscrew fill there. You've got the option of a rebuildable deck, and you've got the option of a fuck ton of different coils. So it's not bad. Let's pop it on the old mini Freak Show. Oh, no. Freak Show Tiny mod. Looks a bit silly because it's more or less the same size as the mod. But new coil. Yes. Okay. We don't need that. Let's put that at 500 Fahrenheit. And it comes in at a 0.26 coil. And yeah, I mean, it's... Oh, hang on. We're still zoomed in, aren't we? Yes, we are. Yes. There we go. It seems to be working not bad. I mean, the airflow isn't the widest that I've had on a tank, but equally, it's not the lowest either. So it seems to cloud pretty well. And that flavour is not half bad either. The flavour is pretty damn good. So, and that's with one of the temp coils in, as I say. So Yeah, that's working out really well for me at the moment, and I think the price on those is coming in. Yeah, looking at Nature Vapes website, that's coming in at $26.99. Now I don't know if that's if that comes with rebuildable. I'm just trying to see. It gives you a bunch of options, but yeah, on the Nature Vape website, so that's the first one that came up with Google. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if that kind of the little alien head on there is going to put people off at all. But yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. And I'm quite impressed. But like I say, I mean, I'm going to have to... These rocked up today as well. So I am going to have to road test the crap out of these to see if it's any good. But so far, I'm quite impressed with it. Now, what else? Ooh. I wasn't going to show this, but I may as well, just because it's cool. And I haven't seen them before. For any mod makers out there, for any of you guys that kind of like fannying about with drills and things. Oh, hang on. Going back to these coils, really should finish a train of thought before I think of other things, I tell you. When it does come down to this, I've got the stainless one, which is the one that I'm using at the moment, purely because it came with the rebuildable deck in the packaging. So I'm going to be road testing the crap out of that. But I've also got a black one and a white one. Doesn't come with rebuildable decks, but it does come with an extra coil or two, I think. So one of these is going to be going into the raffle, and one of these is going to be going into a giveaway. So what's going to happen is, now I'm talking about that, I'll come on to the other thing in a second. Am I talking quickly tonight? One of the things that I'm going to do is I am having a charity raffle, because I don't have many things that get given to me, obviously, but and that's cool, that's fine. But there will be a bunch of stuff coming up soon, as well as I will be doing a giveaway just to say thank you, really, to all the new subscribers, because there's just been so many recently. It's been bonkers, and it blows me away. But thank you very much to all my new subscribers. So there will be a giveaway. I will be divvying up a bunch of the Mako Orions, RDAs, 2 of these tanks, and a few other bits and bobs, depending on what comes in. So just keep your eyes peeled for that, because that will be coming, but I'm not promising when, because as you've heard so far, I've got a lot to get through. But now then, one of the things that if you've been watching my channel for a while, you may know is I don't mind having a little pootle about and trying to make a mod now and then. I enjoy making mods when I have time, and I also think that it gives me a better understanding for certain mods when they arrive. So, you know, how well they're made and what's required in them. A lot have a superfluous amount of wires and bits and bobs that aren't necessary, and a lot of them kind of are just plain wrong. But there's a hell of a lot that are very good, and so I like to understand why they're good and, you know, what makes them tick. And so by making my own from time to time, it means that I get to get an understanding of what you guys kind of can expect. Now, ModMaker is a site in the UK, modmaker.co.uk, and he sells stuff to allow you to make your own mods, which is very cool. But one of the things that's come on very, very recently, which I think is awesome, are these tubes, which are, like I say, this is for the mod makers predominantly. These are brass, I think they're brass tubes. Positive connection on the top, inside what I think is a Delrin kind of bit thing, top cap, which is solid in there. But attach your positive to there, attach your negative to the sides there, and you've got a little unscrewy bit. So that comes off, battery goes up in there, and away you go. So what I am planning to do on here is, as well as this, he's also got things like the Fat Daddy Squonk 510s and all that sort of good stuff. The new ones with the new negative kind of attachment, which is awesome. So yeah, with that, I've got a couple of these, which I'm going to have a go at making a slightly different style of squonker, and possibly out of wood, possibly. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. I'm hopefully going to have the time to do that. But yeah, it's an interesting little thing. If you've, I haven't seen these before. They may have been available for years, but I have not come running into them. And also, he's got things like the MyTech switches and a whole bunch of good stuff. So yeah, good shit. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is about all that I've got coming up. The Coil Master 521 is still going well, although I did with the Hobo V3.1 managed to depress the 510 far too much, trying to get the outer barrel off, and that kind of knacked it. But I've had a little bit of a fiddly pokery with that one, and that's working, still going brilliantly. Although they are going to send me another one, because I was going to change out the 510 altogether, but I think there's an upgrade on something else as well, so that's good. What else? I don't think there is. I think I'm done in a reasonable amount of time for a change. Oh, hang on, it's 20 minutes. These, I've got the temperature coils on these are really good. The squonkers amazing. Basic Vapors, I'm really sorry. Vapor Z, I'm really sorry. But yeah, shit, it's all going to be coming together soon. I think that's it. I think we're done. How good is that? Oh. I guess the final message will be, don't forget to speak to your local MP, send them an email and all that sort of good stuff through writetothem.com. It just makes life a fuck ton easier. And you can, especially now we've had the 95% safer than tobacco ruling in the UK at least, that gives you a little bit more info to send across. Find one of the articles about it, find the information from the government website, and send through some links to your local MEPs or MPs just to give them an understanding, let them know what's going on, and just do your bit for vaping advocacy, because we're still a long way from being out of the dark, as you're fully aware, I'm sure. So thank you very much for watching. I'm desperately looking around to see if I've missed anything, and I'm pretty sure I haven't, so I think we're all good. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. Thanks once again to all my new subscribers, and if this is the first time of seeing me, then check out some of the other videos, see what you think, and don't forget to have a look at things like my Instagram and Facebook, Vaping Biker, and all that sort of good stuff. If you fancy following that, links should be around here somewhere. So thank you very much indeed. You're all awesome. I love you all desperately. You're brilliant. But for tonight, I know I'm going to. So when you have it large.